we got Coach Jones of the Fairfield Trojans. Well, program, Coach.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Well, we broadcast the scrimmage. I didn't broadcast everything, but we did broadcast about an hour of it, I think. And I thought things went very well. Let's talk about what went very well. Obviously, what went very well that I saw was your running game, and Boss Richardson seemed to be at a pretty high level with his receivers and with kind of disguising the ball like he does so well. And it seemed like you were opening up some holes, and Ethan Bisgard got out there and got some first downs, got in the end zone a little bit. So let's talk about that aspect of the game. How did you feel about that part?
Real good. Running backs did a nice job. So we have, Brady Weigel, and we got Ethan Bisgard, we got Tucker Robertson, Jackson Hollander, and also Boss as our quarterback. So a lot of those guys have played a lot of football, pretty experienced. So like Ethan has played since he was a sophomore, Boss has played since he was a sophomore. Tucker got a lot of time last year as a sophomore, now he's a junior. Brady got a lot of time last year as a sophomore, now he's a junior. So that went pretty. Those guys did a good job. They ran hard. Tucker was a great blocker and ball carrier. Brady had some really, really good runs. Ethan busted some big ones, so that was fun. He took one to the house. So fakes are really important, and then the offensive line establishing the line of scrimmage. Fuller's doing a good job on their path. All that kind of blends together because it's such an ultimate team game. But yeah, those guys had just such a good night. So that was fun.
Well, Jared Jensen seemed to bring in a squad that seemed to be pretty ready to play, and even though they are a little smaller school than us, they have an excellent record, and they've won as many games over the last 5 years as any school that I cover. They have an offense. We'll talk about that a little bit, but let's talk a little bit about their defense. It seemed like you were getting yards against what I'm trying to say. So you're getting yards against pretty solid defense.
Yeah, they had good size. Anybody that watches the game knows they had great size. They had two really good, pretty good inside linebackers. I really like their defensive ends too. They had size with their down four guys. They are going to do a lot of good things, and it's kind of funny that I know Jared from Twin Cedars back when I was there. He was my cooperating teacher, or I was his supervising teacher when he did his student teaching, so that was kind of cool. And then, he stayed there at Twin Cedars when I left, got the head job. I know Bob Howard a little bit from our days at the Central College camps, and, Sigurd and Kyoto has single wing in their DNA, and the kids grow up knowing how to do it. It's kind of what we're trying to do with the power team. So they do a great job with it. I was happy that when Jared got the job that he stuck with the single wing because it gives them such an identity. It gives them such something to be proud of to hang their hat on. So they did a great job. Defensively, they're tough. They did a nice job, and they got better as it went on, I thought. And
they made some adjustments that made it a little tougher going in there. Let's talk about your offensive line. You got a new offensive line. They were able to open a few holes against some pretty determined defensive players on that offensive line. Were you pleased with that aspect?
Overall, yes. Like you said, when you think about losing 4 out of 5 starters from last year, we lost Nolan Smith, Calvin McClain, we lost Christian Rasmussen and Axel Starr. So we're replacing them with kids who, some of them who played some and some who haven't played much at all. Hank Consel's back as a junior this year, and he has gotten better and better. Benji Hunter is a senior who played very well the other night. Will Bryant played well. We played him at center. He did a nice job for us. Also, we had Hayden Terrell who played tackle for us, and Clayton Griner did a nice job for us as well. So we are putting that group together. They need time, just like running backs might be judged individually. Offensive line are kind of judged as a group. So we need to get those guys playing hard, playing together, and kind of gelling a little bit.
Well, I thought they actually performed better than I thought. Because it's the first of the scrimmage, and you expect things to be a little clunky, and I know there's some aspects of you're excelling, and there's probably some aspects that you want to improve on. Let's talk about the defensive side of the ball. Let's talk in the particular SK and Jared run this offense that I've never seen before, and I've watched probably every game they played for the last 5 years. I still have no idea who has the ball. It's so deceptive. They got 3 different guys back there that hike it to any one of them. Different guys line up in the quarterback slot or the spin back slot and everything. How did you guys handle that?
Honestly, we did a pretty good job. And for a scrimmage, you're not getting a lot of film, and you're not getting a lot of ton of reps because you work on what you do more than what they do. They do a lot of tackle over on balance stuff. That can confuse people. You're right, the spin back, the pullers, the sniffer back, all that kind of stuff that they do. It's complex and it's tough. Like our JV had a real hard time adjusting to some of the tackle over stuff. High school guys, varsity guys did a little bit better. But yeah, they do a tremendous job with misdirection. You know, it's an old school offense that's been around a long time, but boy, it's when that thing's clicking, it's fun to watch.
Yeah. It's different. I just wait until everybody gets up to realize to figure out who has the ball.
Right.
You know,
right.
oh well, that guy got number 20 must have had the ball on that one. But it was really exciting. We had a big audience for that game, more than I expected. So, what's some of the areas where you feel like you need to work on?
Yeah. So defensively, we overall we played very well, and we had some critical fourth down stops that were really fun to see our guys kind of come together. Our pursuit was a lot better defensively. Tackling overall for scrimmage was pretty good. I was happy with that. And our linebackers, I thought our linebackers played well. They really sprinted the ball. D-line had some really good moments. DBs, we just need to shore up a few things, but they played well. Jackson Hollander made a couple of really good plays in the ball. But if you're talking about things we need to get better at, offensively, we need to carry out our figs better, and we need to play a little bit with lower pad level on the line of scrimmage. We do those things. We'll clean some things up, and just some individual, assignment things, and we'll just keep getting better.
All right. Well, tell me a little bit about. I guess here was an observation that I made. The varsity seemed very in sync, and ahead of where you'd be a week before the season started. But there were some other kids that seemed to play JV type of players that didn't seem to have that experience, and it kind of showed on the field.
Yeah,
I know it's great for them to get the experience, and that's where you can make some mistakes.
Yeah, we love our freshmen. There's 18 of them, first of all, and they're great kids. They're fun to coach. They're fun to be around. They're going to just get better and better and better. We've got a bunch of sophomores as well who are playing with that group, so that's fun. The other thing is when we sent our youngest of the young out there, and they had some of their freshmen or some of their sophomores and juniors, so that was kind of a physical mismatch the first time our offense went out there. But at the end, when our 9th and 10th graders got to play their 9th and 10th graders, well, our boys did a really good job moving the ball, completed pass, got chunk yardage, 5, 7, 10 yards. So that was fun. So those guys kind of gained confidence too, and we're excited about those guys. And our number strength is in our freshman and sophomore right now. Between those two classes, we got 33 kids on. So that's
well, it certainly seemed to be more kids standing on the sideline.
Yes, sir.
A bigger group than you had last year.
Yeah.
I know that's going to bode well for you.
Yep.
Well, you're good friends with Jared, and I'm happy about that because I've been waiting 60 years for SK and Fairfield to play something, and finally we got it done. I think both schools really had a lot to take away from that. What did you think SK did?
Well, they're physical. They have they're hitters and they're coached well. They come downhill defensively. I mean, their linebackers were in great stances. They came downhill about every time. They did a nice job. They had a defensive end that gave us fits on the backside. I think his number was 28. Number 57 for them was a tough kid. 78. Can't remember if it was 78 or 79. The guy in the middle did a nice job. Their physicality, the way, it's fun to watch because they love football. You can tell those boys love
like
football, and they like to play it, and they like to play it together. And it's cool that, they get those two towns together, and, that don't really, go to school together, but they come together for football.
Listen, the distance is short,
Right.
and I always thought some way, somehow, there would be some kind of a deal, but you guys made it happen, and I'm all for that. So they're getting ready. I think they got themselves ready for their game with PCM, which is going to be tough. But you've got a tough game with Benton.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about I'm going to try to do the JV game. What time is that?
5 o'clock out here.
5 o'clock.
Yep.
Okay, so
Yep.
we'll have that for you on Round Guy Radio. Tacoma Radio will take that, and I'll head back to the command center and watch about 7 or 8 games at a time, and see what we can do for the scoreboard show for you afterwards. And I'll be watching your game as I always do. Tell me a little bit about what Benton's a pretty good school. What do you know about them, and what kind of challenges are they going to present?
They have, they're a big 3A, and they have, not only are they a big 3A enrollment-wise, but they get a lot of kids out for football. They are physical, they're tough. They have a kid who's their offense coordinator, I shouldn't say kid, I mean, he's just I know him because he went to Central. I went to Central. He's just a little bit younger than me. He's a really good football coach. He gives us multiple looks. And then I know they have co-head coaches, good child, and the other guy starts with a Z, but they're both good coaches and they do a nice job. They have good kids, and they get a lot of kids out of football. So they're physical. They run they're multiple on offense, and they were lined up in multiple defensive fronts for us last year too. So we're going to be ready to block multiple fronts and be ready to roll.
We're talking with Matt Jones. He is the head coach of the Fairfield Trojans. I think this is your third year.
Yeah.
Third year. So I think that I think another thing that I'm seeing is kind of the things that you're wanting to do, are and players seem to be on that same page.
Yeah. Right now they are doing a great job. And that starts with parents. It starts with coaches. It's all a collective deal where we have to come together, and the kids got to buy in. And like I said, we got great kids in the program right now who all work hard and fight for Fairfield. So that's exciting.
Well, your job was to get me excited about Fairfield Trojan football. You sure did it last Friday night, getting me ready. I think you guys are ready to go. I really like the varsity. I think you've got enough returning guys with the skill positions that you can really keep up and play. I'm looking forward to it, and thanks for taking a little time. Is there anything you want to talk about that we didn't get a chance to talk about?
I don't think so. You can cover a lot there.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Well, thanks for being with us.
Yep, you bet.